compels you to answer discovery. What court? If it's your court, you set the rules, and nobody can order you to do anything in your court. Obviously, you're not moving in common law. Obviously, you're moving under somebody else's case number. Obviously, you haven't established your own case, created your own claim, and filed your claim in a court that was competent to seat a jury. So that's the only thing I could think of here. Says, how do you answer when the court compels you to answer discovery? You could always do, like, the Gambinos, John Gotti guys did, is plead the fifth and plead the fourth. Let me see what that says here. I already sent letters to lawyers to bring forth. Okay. I tried that a few years ago. I sent them tender payment. They sued me. They won a court. Of course they won a court. Oh, man, in Alaska. I see that. Yeah, that's the man who's saying that the attorney's trying to bring a foreign judgment now into Alaska. Oh, yeah, they can bring a foreign judgment against you. That judgment is, oh, yeah, that's a perfectly legitimate. Anytime you have a foreign judgment, oh, yeah, that foreign judgment can change you any place where common law is competent to hear it. So they could drag you to England, they could drag you over to Australia. Oh, yeah, they could chase you around with a foreign judgment. Absolutely. Just like your marriage is going to be recognized no matter what country you go to, basically, that has a common law jurisdiction. So, yeah, I remember talking to you a while back. He's trying to collect. Yeah, all you have to do is simple. I explained this a million times. Who taught me this? I'm trying to remember which show that I listened to years ago that you folks can go back and listen to and just say, oh, that's not Karl's crazy belief, that's somebody else's. It's true. Because you folks all know UCC. You guys all know negotiable Lynch. Maybe it was, I don't want to say Gordon Hall, because I think that poor man is in pretty big trouble right now, so I don't want to pipe myself with Mr. Gordon Hall. But it's UCC 3, 501, 503, and 507. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows it's a ping pong match. Everybody knows whoever drops the hot potato loses. So you send him a proposal that you're willing to settle a debt. Throw it out there. People say, oh, no, don't ever recognize that you owe it. Hey, you know what? If you want to play the debt game, it's really simple. And especially in this nation. And maybe in other countries it won't work. But in this nation, if you make it to a commercial entity, if you make it to a fiction, not to another man, and another man, you just basically have to say, please forgive me, and he basically has to do it. But in this country, with a corporation, you can play the old Trump card and say corporations were created to cause no harm to man. If a corporation causes harm to man, I could claim that they cease to exist, and I could say that they must cease to exist immediately, anything that's causing me harm. And they have to abide by my wish, order, and demand. As a man, they cannot cause me harm. So right now, you're still on a two-dimensional playing field, which is fine. Stay two-dimensional, stay a person, stay a corporation, stay in the financial world, dealing on paper and pen. That's fine, because I won't. Hey, Karl, you won't destroy your credit. Yeah, who's this?
Hey, this is the Alaska guy. Hey, my wife was talking to me while you were answering that part about the courts, and I followed your. I got the emails from you about sending the letters, to what man or woman would be bringing to court under oath or affirmation. And like I said, they just ignored it, and then they filed motions to compel and motions for sanctions against me. And,
okay. So what you would have to is you would have to open up your own case, and you could say there is an entity causing me harm and making a false claim against my good name and my person. And I'm making a claim now in a court of record, and I want to have this matter heard, but you must answer me within 21 days. I want to move the court for the full judgment against you.
And is that in the federal common law court, or?
That's just normal local district court. Because you said he moved the foreign judgment to a local court, right?
Local district court in Alaska.
No, not federal or state court.
State court.
There you go. It's simple then. You just tell them, hey, you know what? I believe this man is... Because, see, that's what's bad. It's hard for me to tell you people this stuff, because basically I'm telling you this all based lie. But when you're doing it to a two-dimensional entity, you know what? They ain't got no vocal cords, and they can't say he's bullshit. So you can basically just run over two-dimensional worlds like a freight train. But the only thing bad about that is, like I say to people, look, I showed somebody how to run over two-dimensional. I showed him how to run over Rent Center like a freight train. So when he ran over Rent Center like a freight train, Mr. Not Modernizer, what's his name? Hustler. I told him Mr. Best, he's dead now, though. Mr. Senior's dead. But they came to me one day, and they said, we rent the center. Says I owe $300 for the sofa, and I've had hard times here. You know, he's a hillbilly. You've seen the video of where I live. He lives down at the bottom of the hill. He's got like a little junk shop down at the bottom of the valley. So he says to me, times are hard right now, and I can't pay for my sofa. And they have a warrant dead out here against me, and they're going to come and they're going to seize the property out of my home. Should I just give it back to rent the center, or should I wait for the warrant debt to be executed and the writ of attachment be attached to that warrant debt? I said, well, why don't you just pay the damn thing off? And just keep your sofa. Do you want to keep your sofa? He said, well, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to keep your credit rating good with Rent-A-Center and everybody else in the world? He said, well, yeah, absolutely. I said, well, pay the damn thing off. I said, how much do you owe? He said, $300. I said, how much can you come up with? He says, well, about $1. I said, can you come up with $1 a day? $30 a month? He was like, well, yeah. I said, how much do you owe now? He said, $50 a month. I said, they'll gladly accept $30 or $50. He's like, oh, no, I went down there and I tried to them, and they basically told me, F off. Give me the damn money, we're going to come there and drag the sofa out. And you're kicking and screaming. I said, really? I said, did you bring anybody with you? He's like, no. I said, to the Mr. Best Senior, I said, would you have a problem going to Rent-A-Center with this man? And watching him do this? Because he's going to need a competent witness to testify in court under oath affirmation. I said, it's better to have a third-party impartial witness. I said, so if you see anybody else standing around the counter, try to see if you can catch somebody standing around the counter that you really don't know. And then after you say it, what do you say? See if you can catch the guy's name and number. See if you say, oh, yes, have a conversation with the guy. Say, oh, yeah, I went to school with your sister. Oh, yeah, I know who you are. And there you go. That way you're getting a third-party impartial witness all set up. I said, do you think you guys can handle that? He's like, well, yeah, sure. I said, now go down there and make them a proposal. He said, well, they're just going to tell me F off again. I said, good. Now you got your witness, now you got your third-party impartial witness, and you're going to clobber him in court. So he said, okay, he went down there, and I didn't see nothing to this guy for like a month. So me and my sister, I was driving my sister down the road in her car, before she got down the road, and they waved me down, the two old men. You know, the guy has a really long white beard up here. I can't believe he's only 60, but so he's 60. But anyway, he hands me a watermelon. I said, what's this for? He said, I won. I said, what do you mean you won? He said, well, we went to court. And I said, this judge is very good. I said, even though it's a small county, this judge was incredibly competent. I said, you will win. So he said, I did win. I said, yeah, I really don't like the judge, but I said, he knows law. I said, he knows both sides of the law. He knows common law. He knows statute. He's really good. So I said, what happened in court? He says, well, when we went to court, he says, Rent-A-Center stated the claims, and he said everybody else was getting trashed by Rent-A-Center all day long. He says, I said, there was a little red-headed lady lawyer for them. She said, yeah. He said, yeah, I've seen her. She's mean, man. She'll take a teething ring from a baby. she has no mercy. I said, yeah, good. I said, because I knew you'd beat somebody like her. She showed up because she has no mercy. So I said, so what happened? She said, well, then it was my turn to go. And I said to the judge, well, I went down to Rent-A-Center, and I offered them $30. And they told me they wanted all damn $50, or they told me they would come get a warrant of debt and a writ attachment and drag the sofa out of the house. So I told them the best I could do was 30. And it's like, well, who's standing here next to you? I said, well, I went down there next to him to witness that he did make that offer. So the judge said to the lady in the red, the attorney, she said, so this man went down there and said $30. She said, what do you say? Do you accept the man's $30 payment? She said, nope. Contract says $50.14. We won't take one damn time less than $50.14. He said, the judge said, case dismissed. And then he's like, what? I said, I hope you enjoy the sofa. Have a nice day. So I said, oh, okay. So see, they were all happy. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I understand the part, right now they just have a piece of paper saying that they owe money, and the piece of paper can't testify. So I understand that.
So what I'm saying is, does that make sense how the man beat Rent-A-Center in court?
Yeah.
And was that pretty funny how the guy beat him in court, or what's your opinion of how they beat him in court?
Well, because he had a witness go down there and he offered to make a payment of what he could, and they refused the offer.
Right, so do you understand why that works?
Well, I'm not that versed on common law. I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, I listen to you on all the shows to try to glean this information.
You can't harm a man. If the man says this is the best I can do, this is the best I can do. That we can't send you off to debtors prison anymore. We can't ship you off to Australia. We can't ship you off to Canada to pay your debt. We can't do that. We have to accept what you can give us, and that's all we can demand. We can't demand blood from a stone. This is the best we can do. That's the best we do. We can't exist to harm each other in this country. So when I learned how to win in court, now is it like, yay, finally somebody got over on Rent-A-Center, finally somebody won? You see what I'm saying? Does it make sense?
Right.
I mean, was it good that I showed him how to do this? Was it good that I showed him how to do this, or was it bad?
Well, I think it was good for him.
Yeah. But bad for
Rent-A-Center. Now, what I did a few years ago was I offered this it was Capital One, and I offered them a payment, a tender of payment, and they refused it.
Well, let me finish what I was saying about bad. It was bad not only for Rent-A-Center, but it was also bad for Mr. Hofstetter. Why was it bad for Mr. Hofstetter?
I don't know.
Because it showed in open court, in public court, that he was a dishonorable man. What I said to him is, good, so when you won, and the judge said, enjoy your sofa, what did you do next? He said, we left. I said, why didn't you tell the judge, I am an honorable man. I cover all my debts, in which I know be true. I know I still owe $300. Please allow me to offer Rent-A-Center just one more time before we leave today and business is concluded, $30 a month for the next 10 months. Did you do that? He's like, no. And I said to my sister, this is a dishonorable man, and so is he. Even though they're a couple years older than us, that's dishonorable. When you know there's a legitimate debt which you accrued, and you got a service or a product, regardless of who it is, even if it's a little 3-year-old and you know you can chip them and get away with it, even though it's Rent-A-Center and you know that they're a fictional entity and you know they got more money than God, whatever, and they screw a lot of people. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You always have to be an honorable person. So I said, what's going to happen now, Mr. Hofstad? I said, you have a lot of children, and you get in a lot of trouble. So you guys come and ask me for legal help all the time. I said, so what's going to happen is the next time they see one of the Hofstaders in front of his court, he's going to say the apple doesn't fall very far from the tree. And he's just going to presume all your sons are dishonorable, like if they're old man. And he's not going to cut you guys any slack. So I said to my sister, I said, so you understand? You're not getting over on Rent-A-Center. You're not getting over on Bank of America. You're not getting over on anybody. You're showing your reputation in court as a dishonorable person. And it's going to reflect on your credit report. Because you got the nature of the man, you got the characteristics of the man, you got the reputation of the man standing before the court at all times.